Hello and welcome to today's session. We are talking about how to navigate the holiday season, particularly the chaos of the holiday season. There's generally a lot of expectations that we put on ourselves, that others might put on us, that we try and do it all, and we stretch ourselves too thin, basically. We are trying to do too much, make everything perfect, and it becomes a very stressful time. So I want to talk about how to reduce some of that stress, how to focus on what's really important during this time, and what to prioritize. So if you are new here, I'd love you to say new in the comments. And if we haven't met before, I am Kiri. Thank you for joining this community and for being here watching this session. All right, so let's get stuck into it. If you are feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, like everything is chaos, and you feel like you are being maybe poked and prodded a bit too much, you're easily irritated, there is one main factor that is causing that. And that one main factor is that you are not spending enough time focused on you and what is important to you. In the big scheme of things, this is called self-care. And the reason that it's so important and so many people talk about it is because it really is essential to your ability to deal with life as it hits you. Because if you are not taking the time to make sure that you are okay, that you are doing things that are important to you, then you are going to be irritated with the people who you love the most, which I'm guessing are actually the people that you want to be your best self around. So if you are not taking care of you, you are going to be snapping at your partner, snapping at your kids, getting frustrated that your kids are not listening to you, basically that your kids are being kids. And it means that you are not going to be in the right place to manage the chaos that is coming your way. So that is step number one. The other thing that I would like you to think about is if things are really hard and you are trying to do too many things, what things do you actually want to do versus how many things do you need to do versus what things do you get to do, which is like a fun way to interpret some things. So perhaps you get to do special Christmas things with your kids. Perhaps you need to organize food for a certain event, but how much of it do you have to do yourself? How much can you get help with without assuming that others aren't going to help, or without expecting someone to offer help if you haven't asked for it? So there's a lot of stuff in there, and I talk a lot more deeply about these topics and more specifics around individual situations in my programs and with my clients. But this is a snippet of some of what we talk about. How can you do more of what you want to do and less of the things that really drain you and deplete you? And what are those things? What are those things that drain you and deplete you? And what are those things that bring you joy that you really love to do? So maybe you've got a lot of things on your plate in terms of like Christmas expectations. Maybe the thing that you love to do is that baking. Maybe you love to make little gifts for people. So if that's the thing that brings you joy, you should do that. But what are the things that you're expected to do or that you think you need to do, but you don't love to do? And let's do less of that. So it's also around having boundaries about what you're willing to accept and what you're not. And that links into your values. So how much of what you are doing actually aligns with the way you want to spend your life? Because how we spend our days is in fact how we spend our life. So how many days are we spending doing all these things that we don't want to do, that are draining us, that are, maybe you're doing it for somebody else, but you're not really doing it for you. Maybe you don't really know what you should be doing for you. Maybe you don't know what you like. And these are all possible options. But once you know what you like, how can you do more of that? How can you fit that into your daily life, into your schedule, so that you can feel more rejuvenated, so that you can feel more like yourself, so that you can be the person that you really want to be, so that you can show up for your partner as the best person that you can be, so that you can show up for your kids as the best mom that you can be. And how can you live your life with the values that you believe in, the living, doing, acting in a way that aligns with your values? There's a lot in here that I'm throwing at you today. But this is a really big area, and it is not focused on enough, because we focus on all these things that we think that we should be doing, the things that basically appear like are done for other people. I'm thinking like folding, the washing, and all the cleaning and all the things. Those get done first before you take time for yourself, before you allow yourself to sit down and enjoy a few moments, to laugh with your kids, to do something silly. These are the things that are high up the list, but they don't bring you more joy. So we need to spend the time, even if it's 5 minutes, to do something that will bring you joy so that you can show up better to do all the other things. All right, I think that is enough for today. We talked about quite a few things in there. And again, this is a lot of what I explore with clients in my Stronger program. We spend a good 5 weeks diving into these fundamental things, because these fundamental things about you is what is going to help you have a stronger partnership. You need to show up as your best self, not only for you, but for your family and for your kids. And that is how you do it. All right. I hope you have a fabulous day. I will see you next week for our last live session before I go tripping around the world to see my family in Canada. I am off on holiday with the four of us. We are stepping on a plane and going on a very long flight. My intention for while I am away, because I will be away for 4 weeks, is that I will pop in some really awesome trainings in here that you can watch, because I cannot guarantee that I will be able to show up live at our usual times until I get back. So I will be back at the start of February, but I will see you here at our normal time next week. I hope you found this training really helpful, and I look forward to hearing your biggest takeaways. So please comment below with what you found the most interesting about this session. All right, take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.